I'm jumping in here immediately for all women listening, as just an immediate flag. If you're dating a man who eats sugar puffs, run. It's actually quite a vulnerable position to be in. You're almost entirely reliant on the affection of the person engaging in that, and I feel that in reverse. The following episode may contain strong language, adult themes, and themes of a sexual nature, which I thought was the same thing. All right, hello everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Listen Bitch with myself, Jordan Stevens, and Miquita Olivier.
Miquita Olivier.
I've been told what the topic is of this week, and it's absolutely phenomenal. You thought I was going to say ridiculous, but who doesn't love blowjobs?
Well, who doesn't? And who doesn't engage in them in some way? Not many people.
Well, not many. Some people will reluctantly engage. They, you know.
I think whether it's, flatmates or potatoes.
Flatmates?
I feel like there's just certain things. These are past Listen Bitch subjects.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about blowjobs.
There's or jealousy or ambition. There are things that occur in daily life that everybody does that no one talks about.
I understand. Yes.
So that's all this is. That's all this is. And when I talked about it with you earlier in the week when we had a private chat about blowjobs.
That never happened.
Obviously not. But when we were talking about it earlier in the week in the editorial call, you said, I get it. You mean blowjobs are just in the atmosphere. They're in the world. And I was like, in it.
Foreplay generally should be spoken about more. Foreplay is brilliant. Both sides.
Foreplay dates back to the 1920s. That's when it was popularised in the media.
What, foreplay?
Yes.
Miquita, people have been sucking each other off and licking each other off since the dawn of time.
Correct. Someone else did their research.
And you know what, Keats? I was at first reluctant and well, not reluctant, sorry. I was at first apprehensive, but I'm actually entirely with you. We should be open about the fact that people like licking and sucking each other.
That's right. Why are we here?
Duh. What's the point?
So our first question for this week's Listen Bitch, the theme is blowjobs.
My name's Demi. I'm from Australia, South Australia specifically, in a small little coastal town called Victor Harbour. Just want to say I love the podcast. I know everyone says that, but it's just so true. It's got me through so much stuff. Anyway, on the topic of blowjobs, I actually love giving a blowjob. I think there's nothing more powerful than dating a guy and having his dick in your mouth. Like, I just feel like it's so empowering. And I know some of my friends agree and some of my friends disagree. So I just want to know where you guys stand on it. Can't wait to hear your answer. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, I really agree. And this is why I'm so happy to talk about it with a boy. I really agree. I think there is something quite powerful about the act of giving someone that you really fancy a blowjob. When you really want to do it, it does feel quite powerful in a way that a lot of sex doesn't, especially like the missionary position can quite often, you can feel quite vulnerable and not like the powerful person in that position. There are so many times, Jordan, so many circumstances during the sexual intercourse act where you don't feel powerful. And there is something about giving head, I think, that does make you feel powerful. And it feels kind of like an anomaly in sex sometimes.
I do find it interesting that growing up or being socialized as a, like heterosexual man, sometimes it's like I felt like there was an energy of, especially when I was younger, that it was the man was the powerful one in that situation. Like, you've got somebody giving you head, sucking your dick. And I do remember actually having that thought when I was younger, being like, they do have their teeth around your penis like that. Like,
that's right, you can bite it off.
Like, it is actually quite a vulnerable position to be in. You're almost entirely reliant on the affection of the person engaging in that, and I feel that in reverse. That is one of the things I immediately enjoyed about giving head myself, was the fact that you're providing pleasure. You're gifting somebody the experience of, relaxation and
transcendental pleasure.
Yeah, just like a weightlessness.
Absolutely. I don't think there's anything more fun than feeling like you've given someone such a good time.
But it has to be the emphasis on the caller's like enthusiasm, because it can be quite the opposite, of course, being the receiver of somebody who's not doing it for that reason, who's not engaging with it on the basis of like, I enjoy this.
I want to put your penis in my mouth. Absolutely. I think that's what I mean. You have to be, like everything in sex, like you both have to be in it and want to be, engaged in the act that is happening at that time.
Yeah.
But I do think that there is a lot for women to do. It's not just up and down. It's like a lot of like multitasking within the act of giving a blowjob, giving head.
Yes, for it to be good, yeah.
I know that you guys, for it to be good, I actually don't think, and this is quite a big thing to say, I don't think it's the same on the other side. I think you have less to contend with.
What?
As it were.
That is a controversial take.
Yeah, man, because like we've got actually, there is someone that says this better than me, and she's called Samantha from a show called Sex and the City. Samantha said this 20 years ago, and again, people weren't talking about blowjobs and giving head, and like you've got to learn as a girl. You've got to learn. I'm not a girl, but as someone that wants to give someone else head, you have to learn how to do this. It is a job, and it is true.
Yeah, I'm confused though. You think that's not the same the other way around?
You don't have to breathe through your noses in the same way.
Okay, Miquita, I'm being dead ass right now. Yeah. No, I hear that. But I'm being dead serious with you right now. Roughly, proportion-wise, how many men have gone down on you well?
Oh, 3
out of 1,000. That's amazing.
Out of 5,000. It's not often that it's good.
Right.
What do you mean?
Because to be good, you have to learn the techniques. You have to be in a constant communication with the person that you're pleasuring.
Right.
And also, one thing I found with women is, well, some women, is that the difference is you can build somebody up to orgasm, and if you step off for 1 second, lose momentum or rhythm or position or whatever, or even intensity of like the weight of touch, all of those things, you have to start.
I really wish people could see the fucking
Miquita,
diagrams that you're doing right now.
You have to start again. You have
From
to go
the beginning for a woman.
For men, you don't have to do that.
That's true.
I mean, you could if you really wanted to do something unbelievably off-putting and probably send a man left, yeah. But I mean, like largely speaking, you build up, and you can. The guy will probably be there for a couple of minutes, like if you need.
Once he's there for a while.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's on our side. Let's not waste all this blowjob fellatio gold.
But I'm just saying, you made that statement. You made the point.
It's a really good point. I just mean we have a lot of questions coming, and I don't want to waste all this gold. Let's keep some of this fellatio.
Yeah, let's hear about more blowjob joy. Blowjobs are great.
Blowjobs for everyone.
You get a blowjob. You get a blowjob.
You get a blowjob now. What's the next question?
It's Emma from Australia. I'm just wondering if you think blowjobs are something that is owed to partners in relationships. I know a lot of people think that they're a bit of a chore, a bit of a task, but do you think partners are owed blowjobs as much as vagina owning people are owed head? Thanks. Love your show. It's the best.
Tricky question. I mean, you're in a long-term relationship.
Yes.
And I'm not. And my friend who is, and they have 2 kids, said to me the other day, I said, okay, I won't name any names.
I know you're talking about already.
I said to my partner, if you do this, I'll give you a blowjob. And he was like, fuck, yeah. And I was like, why was he so excited? She was like, because I never do that. I don't like it and I'm not interested. And I was like,
see?
But then why would he even enjoy the one you're going to give him if he knows this is the general vibe around it? If I was you, I just wouldn't fucking do it if you're that not into it. But I remember her loving giving head. Maybe that's just the long-term nature of the relationship.
Yeah, or maybe it's like, sometimes...
What?
There are various reasons to do with anatomy that some people might enjoy things more or less.
Okay, well, the question is, what did the lady ask us from Australia? She said,
do you think it's owed? Look, my answer as somebody in a relationship is me personally, this is just me. I feel like
I feel like you'd never be like that.
I end up feeling like selfish. Yeah, when I was younger, I reckon I was probably more problematic with that kind of stuff of just taking what I can get. But I mean, now I definitely feel like I like there being balance. I like there being equity, and that includes foreplay.
Oh, Jay, you become such a brilliant man.
I'm not even saying it in a wholesome way. It's just like the reality in it. And I enjoy it. So it's like, I just want that to be reciprocated, and if it is, then everyone's happy.
Equally. I don't mean to bring it up, but I'm going to.
Go on.
That it is the cause of the cheating and then said breakup in the book, right? It's a blowjob.
Yes.
You're right. There's a book about it. I was just wondering because I wonder if we think of that as cheating. Yes, I think so. I think the answer is use.
You know what? I think the answer is, I think it would be wonderful if, as we continue to evolve as human beings, we do probably have case by case basis, individual nuance on these things. Ultimately, there was an agreement and that agreement was broken, but people can have different agreements.
Trust was broken and it depends on.
Yeah, but it's based on the agreement. That wasn't agreed. Some people might get into relationships and go, hey, listen, the only thing I think is cheating is full sex. And they go, great.
Yeah. Great. I'm just going to go get my dick sucked by some people then.
You get a lip job, I'll get a blow job, and I'll see you here at 4.
Let's really play with this scenario. Okay, let's have another question. I guess our answer is no, we believe in equality across relationships when it comes to head.
What unfortunately will happen in relationships is that the foreplay will fall into what you don't want to get it tangled up with is some kind of like power thing. You don't want to regain your power lost in a different space sexually. That's where it can get tricky. If you're feeling disempowered because of something and you're not confronting that thing, you're going, oh, I'll just get this instead. I'm not sure about that. Me personally, I'm not sure about that. You're better off.
Also, as you said, because you asked me how many times has someone given me head and it's been good, like so rarely that I think it just ends up being ratio-wise more me giving head because I'm just not that interested in the other one because I've never really had a great head. Sorry to every ex I've ever had. I feel terrible saying that. But I think it's harder to do than people think.
Men too need that education. It's literally like I literally learned through trial and error.
Yeah, do you remember in American Pie? There's that book that his brother tells him about. Casey Affleck plays the older college brother, and he's like, "There's a book, man. It's in the library, and it's all these tips and stuff." No, but it's true. You
need that shit.
I hope this comes up in questions later. Learning how to do this. The first head I ever gave, I was fucking terrified. Absolutely terrified. And also I've had breaks where I haven't done it in a while and then you're like, oh God, that thing again. Yeah, fuck, can I still do this? It's a whole thing. Yeah. But I'm sure that will come up. Why don't you ask the next question, my fellatio adventurer?
What's the next question?
Ciao, girlies. I am coming from all the way from Italy, even though I'm born and raised Southeast London. My name is JJ and love the podcast so much. Right, let's get down to it. Blowjobs. I don't like giving them. I'm a gay man and it's kind of expected, I guess. But I just don't like it. I don't like putting things in my mouth. I don't know where that penis has been. I don't know who's been in that penis. I don't want it in my mouth. And even if it's a partner of mine, I really still don't like to do it. Am I an asshole or is it really just unsanitary to put someone's penis in your mouth? I just think it's gross. I don't even eat bruises on bananas. Why am I going to put some random freaking dick in my... You get the point. Anyways, love you both so much and I can't wait to hear this back. Kisses.
I'm with you. I think it's totally fine.
Listen, this isn't the first time I've heard this.
JJ, I am a great... Thank you. Italy. Stand your ground and know who you are and know what you like putting in your mouth. I think it's absolutely fine.
Really?
because again, as I said, and as you said, if there is someone engaging in something that they don't want to do, it's not going to be a good time for anyone.
We need to know, yeah, I hear that, but we need to ask JJ.
I'm sure JJ's got other tricks up his foreplay sleeve because he would have had to cultivate other things because he's taking a huge one out.
I've heard this before. From gay mates and also from girl mates as well, which are just like, I am gonna look, hands up, disclaimer, it's a little bit judgmental. I don't get it. I literally don't get it. And we need to ask JJ whether he likes receiving, because if he does, then fuck that.
Then he can fuck off, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I've heard before in the past. There's one case I've heard where they literally just aren't into it entirely, which is like, sure, I mean, if you can find another way, like, dude, like if you're super clean, just ask the person to wash in front of you, shower in front of you, and then stick it in your mouth. Like it's not...
Yeah. You can ask for said penis to be presented to you in a manner that you see fit.
Yeah, we're not asking it to be like it's not like, maybe don't go to a glory hole. Do you know what I mean? No, that's like it, really.
I think a glory hole might be a bit too much. JJ's sanitary needs. Yeah. No glory holes.
Do you know what I'm saying? I can understand that. That's not for everyone. Do you know what I mean? That's not for everyone.
Do they still fucking exist? I thought that was like a Victorian thing.
What?
What is a glory hole? It's a hole in a wall.
Oh my God. Keats, listen, the gay scene can get pretty wild.
So where are glory holes found?
I don't know. Yo, Keats, for clarity, I don't know about glory holes. I do know about glory holes, but I'm saying that I don't.
No more than me.
I've never. Yeah, it's mad to me that you don't know that men go to toilets and stick their penises through walls.
I do know that. I'm just like, is that where they're usually found then? Yeah, like loos.
Yes, toilets. I'm just right now, the play I'm in is written by a man, Joe Orton. He was gay when it was illegal to be gay. And that was like, the real, that's when these gay men were finding really fascinating coded ways of, like cottaging, for example, was really popular back then. Public toilets in the dark, everybody just shagging each other and then just going home. And they would just look at each other across a pub or like in an elevator or something and then be like, yeah, we're going to go and just...
It's crazy, isn't it? I love the idea of lust being the main driver of something. Like, no, we don't need to get on or fucking check that we have chemistry.
Apart from a relationship, yeah.
Sure. But like for a sexual act, sometimes maybe you do just need to look at someone's eyes across the room and be like, yep, sure. Yeah. Like there's so much, dating is such a minefield. Chemistry is such a strange one. Like there was this guy recently that I thought I really fancied. And we met like in the light of day at my friend's house in the afternoon, had a little smoke and a cup of tea. And I was like, this guy's amazing. And then, he came to meet me at something and I just like didn't fancy him at all. Like did not want to kiss him at all. And I was like, chemistry is a fucking crazy bitch. Like if you could bottle it and hold on to it, you'd be very, very powerful. But it's a tricky game. So sometimes maybe it would be good to just look across a room at someone and be like, shall we just do this? Just this bit.
Interesting.
Let's have a break from all this fellatio. Just have a bloody minute. And we'll be back for more foreplay on the other side.
Remember, you can watch every episode of Miss Me ever made on BBC Sounds.
Like last week's episode where we talked about astrology, the state of the televisual world in Britain today, and even Elon Musk. It was a party. It was a rave.
Hello, Miss Me viewers. I'm Anushka Matanda-Doughty, and I'm dropping in to tell you about my podcast, Fame Under Fire. When celebrities find themselves in the firing line, which is often, whether it's a lawsuit or a scandal, we are going to debunk, fact-check, interrogate, and answer your questions. So if you love being in the know about the latest celebrity stories and getting to the truth behind them, then I think you'll really enjoy Fame Under Fire. You can listen on BBC Sounds.
Welcome back to Listen Bitch. It's a steamy afternoon over here. Can we have another question, please?
Hi, I'm Zoe. So, I didn't kiss a boy until I was like 14, but at that point, everyone around me was already moving on to the next stuff. So I started to devour Cosmo magazine and to like catalog tips. And there was one tip in particular that stands out to me to this day regarding, oral. That was quite ridiculous and it's not very practical. But I'm wondering, at what age did you become aware of this new role that was expected of you? And do you have any tips or tricks you remember being told from that age that you just simply can't forget? Mine was sucking on a cough drop with menthol in it. That is all. Bye.
Oh, good shout.
What does that help?
Because it's just tingly.
No, but I get that. What I mean is, how does that help with tips on how to give oral sex? Sucking on a cough sweet.
It's tingly for the penis.
Oh, got it. Oh, right.
Your mouth is tingly.
Oh, so pre-blowjob sucking on a cough sweet. That's minty.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's actually really great advice.
Have you experienced that as the receiver?
Probably.
I just want to say, I'd like to now pose the question to you. Out of all the blowjobs you've ever had, how many have been good? Quite a high number, right?
I was doing a lot of drugs for a long time. I think, and I'm not even just saying this, but because I had to, I think I really mean this. I would just like to say I'm very happy right now.
Yes, we know. Now tell me how many blowjobs have been good.
It's difficult to remember.
Okay, I think that says it all. Ratio-wise, they're probably 70%, right?
I think there's more. I think more women know how to give head than men.
Yes.
And also the basic rules of blowjobs are, I think, quicker to pick up and actually involve less communication, which is kind of wild. A lot of it's just to do with like. A lot of it's just to do with, moisture,
licking,
syncopation, like, the other things being touched at the same time,
yes.
cradled
True
perhaps. Like it's those kind of things. You're probably going to be okay, but you should really and truly, everybody should just talk, ask, communicate. But I think it's easier to just go into it as a woman. I think with a guy, I just think I personally think there's a lot more. Well, not necessarily variation, but like women like very different things, man.
Yeah. Well, the lady that was giving us the question, she said that she was talking about Cosmo, right? I remember that there were sort of like sex tips and occasionally oral sex tips, but more just sex tips. And I think that in like men's magazines of that time, there wouldn't have been tips. It's like, you should just know what you're doing. You should just know how to do that.
No, there's apps. You have absolutely no. And also bear in mind, I grew up in an era where like boys were just shamed for giving head anyway. I've said this before on podcasts, so I won't go into it again.
Yeah, it was like shameful.
Yeah, it was a thing. But we'll talk about that when we do.
Cunnilingus.
By the way, I'm calling them lick jobs at the moment because there's Cindy. Do you know Cindy Gallop?
No.
She's like a sex activist, I think. She's trying to repackage how people engage with sex, and they've changed the terminology.
Interesting.
And it's like, it's fascinating. I really, I think people need to remember that like literally everybody has sex, and it's a lot more clumsy and it's just not as hyper sexualized as we have been led to believe, obviously, because, there are certain cream rises to the top. That's the wildest idiom to use right now, yeah. Also, while it's on my mind, did you almost find it funny when because she was quite a slow speaker, which is cool and very like mysterious, but she went like, everybody was doing more than kissing at 14, so I devoured... I was going to be like, start devouring penises.
Yes, me too.
So I started devouring penises.
So I devoured dick.
Anyway, sorry, her question was, is there any tips that you've been given that you don't think?
Yes, okay, so this is what I'm saying. Phoebe taught me. Like, this is what I mean. It was, yes, I said this on a previous episode about books. Amazingly, it came up, which was I read a book and a blowjob was in it. I couldn't fucking believe what I was reading. I asked my mum what this crazy act was. She said, that's a blowjob. And I asked her, do you do that? And she was like, yes. And I was disgusted. And then that was probably about 12. And then by about...
And he's never been the same since. Joking. Sorry, that's not funny.
And I've never been the same since. No, and then about 13, I was like, I'm going to have to learn how to do this thing, and I'm going to have to learn soon. So Phoebe came over to Nana's and like taught me properly with a banana. Like, it's not a joke.
Yeah, fair.
And then the first blowjob I gave, my God, I just remembered who it was. What the fuck?
What?
This guy called Alan
No,
from
don't,
Squat.
Keats. I'm trying to save you here. Just skirt over it.
No
one needs to know your first blowjob was to a kid called Alan. Firstly, it sounds like you were born in the 1960s. Who the fuck is called Alan?
He was called Alan. But it was like at a flat in Kensington. And I was terrified. I was really scared.
Yeah, mad.
I can't believe you don't think that's an important thing to say on the listen bitch about blowjobs.
Sorry, it is. How old were you?
I was 16 and I'd only just lost my virginity about 3 months before.
Yeah, mad.
It all came at once, if you will excuse the pun.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk about spit or swallow as well. I think that's an American thing because I don't know many girls that have ever spat. And I have to be honest, I've never spat. We need to talk about this.
Yeah.
Are you uncomfortable?
There's both, for sure.
Okay, so you've experienced both.
100%.
As a receiver. Good to know. I'm happy your boy's here to tell us that. Otherwise, me and Lily would never know. Let's have, is it our final question? I think so.
It's just Harriet calling in from Southeast London. I'm calling in regards to your topic of discussion this week about blowjobs. So me and my girlfriends have come to the conclusion that if a guy eats spicy food, his cum will taste spicy. Also, if he eats sugar puffs, his cum tastes like sugar puffs. That's just not me finding that out. That's just a discussion that we've had and we've come to that conclusion as a collective. So what are your thoughts on whether a guy eats certain foods that their cum tastes a certain way? Love to hear your thoughts. Bye.
I'm jumping in here immediately for all women listening, as just an immediate flag. If you're dating a man who eats sugar puffs, run.
Regardless of how it makes his cum taste.
As a casual snack. Sorry, no, I don't mean to. To be honest, this is me being silly. I existentially spiral about adults eating cereal. I'm sure everyone does.
Really?
I find that mental to me.
I ate cereal for dinner last night. Is that fucked up to you?
It makes more sense as a dessert. I'm actually with you. In fact, if this guy's eating sugar puffs as a dessert, which is pre-sex, you know what? I actually stand corrected. That makes more sense.
Okay, now back to his cum. Now, you probably won't be able to answer this because you aren't on the receiving end as a straight man.
No. Look, pineapple juice. That's the rumour. Sweet cum. Pineapple juice.
I'd love it to taste a bit more pineapple-y.
Just sweeter, apparently.
Sweeter. Very nice. That's very sweet.
I remember there was a rumour that what was the rumour people used to say? That it's like really good for a diet or something, or like it's like comes really like really beneficial, nutritionally beneficial.
Well, I've been told that eating apples, particularly green apples, makes one's vagina sweeter.
Fascinating.
So I think it is really important.
Do you want to know something absolutely ridiculous that will further, if you were shocked by what I'd said on our previous episode, wait till you hear this. At my school, so just with this, we'll have to talk about this another time, but my school was it was debauchery at my school. I was in history class. The girl was like, oh, I went on, saw this guy's dick at the beach, whatever. And then bear in mind, I don't think I had any balls at that point. I think they still hadn't dropped yet, right? So I'm just there like, the fuck? What's just going on with these people? Anyway, so people were fucking, sucking, licking, all types of shit, like early doors. Check this out. One girl came up to me in the playground. I must have been in year 9. And she said to me in all seriousness, she went, is your cum the same colour? I was like, what?
What, as your skin?
And she went, just because you're black, is your cum the same colour?
Okay. That's probably why she was far too young to be sucking dick.
And I said, it's chocolate flavoured.
Wait, no. Surely you said, it's chocolate flavoured. It's chocolate flavoured.
That's not funny, but I did. I told her it was chocolate flavoured.
And the bitch believed you.
She ran off skipping. She went, knew it.
She went off to get a straw. Do you know what? I think you've just ended this listen bitch with that story. I think that you and that little girl just took us there.
You don't want to hear about my first blowjob?
Yes, please.
I'm not telling you. Thank you so much,
for fuck's
Miquita.
sake.
Love that. We'll talk about it another time.
Yeah, we'll make sure we'll bring it into the next week's episode. You can pick the next week's theme, but I have one I really want to do.
Butter.
No.
Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
The theme for next week's Listen Bitch is, you say it.
Villains.
So it's very exciting to have my darling Jordan joining us for the next few weeks or so. I'm very excited.
I like villains. I'm Team Thanos.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but I like villains too.
Have you not seen... Okay, Keats, if you haven't seen Marvel before we talk about villains, you have to... That's your homework this week. Get up to date, for fuck's sake.
Okay, I fucking hate Marvel films,
Why
but
are we
I
doing
will
villains
do that.
then? What, we can talk about fucking Nasty Nick? Fuck
No,
me.
definitely. And I like Disney villains. I wanted to talk about Jafar from Aladdin.
Do you know what's so hilarious is you are actually senile. I'm realizing you are, Miquita, you're turning senile.
No. I've been interested.
You've only referenced culture from the late 90s and early noughties. You seem to have no awareness.
Or the 17th century. And do you know why this is good? Because when you bring your shit, when you bring Marvel, and I bring Jafar, something great is made. If we were both talking about Marvel, it'd be like any other fucking podcast.
Okay, I want you to know that Jafar was also very questionable and Aladdin is arguably deeply racist.
There you go. We'll talk about that all next week.
And it's Jade's favourite film. I'm dating Princess Jasmine.
Remember to send your voice notes to 08000 30 40 90, 08000 30 40 90. And remember to say, hi Miquita, hi Jordan. Let's welcome him to our Miss Me world.
Peace up, A-Town down. Big love to all the homies.
Bye, darling.